And I'll just introduce Dan McCormack, head chef, executive chef, Holiday Inn Marina. Got it right. Don't normally get it wrong. I mean, the fantastic thing is, I mean, Dan's just going to be doing a couple of dishes. Hopefully he's going to get, well, as just mentioned, he's going to get you to be more interactive, really. And just instead of just sitting there, you can help him with the dishes. We've had Star at Sancton, Dan, and 1884. Did you come to the 1884 ones, lads? On that. You're going to see a different concept. Dan actually works for a big, large company. This is where you see where money is tight. Where 1884, Star at Sancton, money really is no object to ingredients. Hopefully Dan will explain a little bit more about the cost that he's incurred. Very, very tight, can't waste, and hopefully that's what you should be learning when you're at college. It's all about wastage, not wasting money, because when you work for a large company, Dan's been there for 12 years, it shows that he's not wasting money. If he was wasting money, he wouldn't actually be employed there. They'd soon get rid of him if he didn't hit his gross profit. So you will see a different style of food from what you've seen for 1884, where really for them money was no object. They have no budgets to work to. They're there to impress. Dan has to make money. And really when you go out to work, that's what it's about. You're making money for other people. Beauty as well with Dan, even though he works at Holiday Inn, he'll be telling a little bit more about his career and how it's evolved and what he's going to be moving on to in the near future, which I think he's quite excited about. Now he's getting on a bit. I'll leave you to Dan. Pardon? Is that all opposite the dip?
No, that's the Premier Inn.
Yeah. Holiday Inn Marina. You can't miss it. Beautiful place. Right next to the marina.
Yeah, just across the road from Princess Gate.
Really nice setting. If you've never been in there, just go in for a walk round, have a look, see what they do. They won't kick you out.
If you have a cup of tea. Yeah, there is as it goes. Actually. Yeah, but we'll come to that later.
Yeah, I'll leave it to that.
Okay, so you've had 1884 in already. I don't know what they did, but as Ian said, it is a very different style of food. It's a no money, no objects kind of scenario, really. Like you said, they are there to impress. We just do that good food and try and do that good food well. Okay, so we're going to bang out a couple of dishes today. We're going to do a sea bass dish with some vegetable spaghetti, and then we're going to do a green Thai curry. Okay, really simple dishes to do, and I'm going to get you guys involved because there's only 3 of you. It's like 30 of you. Right, so yeah, you'll come up and help me and we'll do it together. That's the best way to learn, I feel. If you want a bit of background on me, I started off as an apprentice myself. I started off as a pot washer at the Portland, if you know the Portland Hotel. Became an apprentice about 2 years later and just kind of worked my way up the ranks, really. Still don't forget my roots, if you like. Still wash pots on a Monday morning because that's just what you do. As he said about the environment, it's completely different to sort of your pipe and glass in your 1884, where their budgets are they're high. Do you know what I mean? They've got loads of money to spend. We work on a 75% profit. So if you want to put that into context, if I buy something for 25 pence, I have to sell it for £1. Okay, that's like the layman's terms. Whereas pipe and glass and 1884 might buy something for 50p and sell it for £1. So the profit margin isn't as much. Does that make any sense? They're not there to make loads and loads and loads of money. They will, because of the amount they charge and the amount of people who'll drive through the door, because again, that reputation of having very good food. Okay, we are slightly different. Also hotels, you're doing breakfast, you're doing lunch, you're doing dinner, you're doing room service, you're doing weddings, you're doing conferences. All they're doing is your lunch and your dinner service, and it's a lot simpler. Okay, so if you want to come up, we'll crack on. I'll get you all doing something different. And we'll go from there.
I don't think I've built, so I've got...
It's fine, come on.
You've got a blue gloves on, right?
We're only going to be eating it, it's fine.
No, I'm saying there's blood coming through that. Slice that.
Have you got... We'll find you something to do.
I'll get your bin back.
Right, so, from what I said with the dishes, can you sort of visualise in your head what you think it might look like? So if we start with the sea bass, we're going to do vegetable spaghetti, sea bass and a lemon beurre blanc.
Like a twist of, like a nest, like a pattern.
Yeah, in the middle. Okay, and what would we do with the fish? What do you want to do with the fish?
Can you do like a super?
Yeah, so I've got 2 sea bass fillets here. So we could either put them in whole, or we can chop them. What do you want to do? Whole? Yeah. Okay, I've got 2 pieces, so we can do a bit of both. Right, who wants to make the beurre blanc sauce? Who's good at sauces? Yeah? Alright. Beurre Blanc is dead easy. Okay, so you've got vinegar and white wine. So just put those both into the pan and then put a small amount of that tarragon in.
So what got you into chefing then?
What got me into chef? It was purely by mistake, to be honest, like most people do. So my friends were at university. They all came back in the summer when I was still at college. I was doing business at college, and they all wanted a summer job. And I saw it said kitchen porter, and I thought, I wonder what that is. I thought it might be like a concierge or something like that, you know, carry the cases. It wasn't. It was washing pots. So I did that for about a year and a half, and watched what everybody else was doing. And then they just asked me one day, do you want to move up to be a chef? And the rest is kind of history, really. What about? That'll do. Right, some onion as well. Just bob that into the pan. About half of it. Right, so have you ever made like Beurre Blanc sauce before?
I've never heard of it.
Do you understand what it? Do you know what bechamel is?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like bechamel but without the flour. Okay, and you don't really, you don't add any sort of milk or cream into it either. It's just pure butter. So you're reducing the white wine and the vinegar and adding the butter, and the emulsification is making the sauce. Do you know what I mean? Like when you're making hollandaise. So they're using the eggs and the vinegar to emulsify it. Yeah, got me? And then you would add liquid butter, wouldn't you, to finish it off. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to let this reduce, and then we'll strain it, because we just want the flavour of the tarragon and the onion to give it a bit of flavour. Okay, can you see that? Yeah. And then what we'll do is we'll start to add the butter and make an emulsification. Okay? Right, this is going to be for the spaghetti, so that'll just drop that in there, cook that off. We've got some pans and some oil, and what we'll just do, season it up with a bit of oil. I might have a little bit of butter left over so we can give it a bit of flavour from the butter. Season that up, that'll go in the bottom of the bowl, and then we'll bang the sea bass on the top, and we can put the Beurre Blanc either in the bottom of the bowl or across it. Okay?
Yeah.
Right, second one is going to be the Thai green curry. So, if you want to grab one of the pans and that stack on the right hand side, grab the bottom one. Okay, just put it on any one of the stoves. Get a bit of oil.
Just the curry.
Yeah.
Red one.
You ever made one?
Yeah.
Dead easy. Okay. So, where's my paste gone? So in this paste, I had to write it down because I couldn't remember what I'd put in it. We've got green chilies, lemongrass, garlic, shallots, cumin, coriander, kaffir leaves, basil and salt. Okay, into a blender, and that's your base. Okay, so whether that be red or green Thai, you would just change slightly the ingredients you might want to put in it. You put like red chilies instead of green chilies, and so on and so on. You might want to bang some red capsicum peppers in there, blitz it up, and you make yourself a paste. Okay, when you're making anything sort of like a curry or anything like that, you're going to bang in your vegetables, and then you can use your paste to start it off, if that makes any sense. You know that when you're making a bechamel and you've got your butter and then you add your flour, my butter, if you like, is that, and then I would add the paste as if I was adding the flour. So you're coating the vegetables, and then when you start adding your liquids, you can gauge how you're doing, like, you know, your bechamel.
Isn't it best to use like chunky veg in curries?
Yeah, so I've left it quite chunky. Yeah, because otherwise, it's before the sauce is reduced, all the vegetables are going to be cooked and they're just going to be like really rubbery in your mouth. Right then, is that hot? Right, in with the vegetables. Right, some wooden spoons, just stir them until they start to go a little bit soft. Right, how are we doing with this? Yeah.
This one.
It is quite strong. So that, would you make a reduction like that? Have you ever made like Béarnaise sauce? Have you made Béarnaise sauce yet?
No.
Do you know what Béarnaise sauce is? Hollandaise?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've heard of Hollandaise.
Yeah.
So Béarnaise is slightly different. You use peppercorns, white wine vinegar, and you reduce that down. Add that to your Hollandaise with a bit of tarragon, and that's your Béarnaise. Okay? So you can see that most sauces have a base somewhere, and you're just making it up.
We made like sweet and sour sauce.
Yeah.
With reduced down.
Yeah, with vinegar, yeah. Very similar, yeah. Okay. Right.
Sweet and sour.
Yeah.
what we'll do is we'll just pass this through there, and that'll become our liquid then. Okay, so this will be the start of our Beurre Blanc. Right, grab that frying pan on the top. All right.
Put it off on the heat, yeah?
Yeah, put it on. Get the heat quite high. All right. Right, we're making a Thai green curry. You heard of that before?
No.
All right, you've heard of curries.
Yeah, I love curries.
Yeah, so Thai green is like we're made with coconut, right? Instead of like quite high spices. And then we're going to make a sea bass dish as well, okay?
Yeah.
So we've made some vegetable spaghetti, did that on a mandolin last night. You know what a mandolin is?
Yeah.
Yeah? And we're just going to drop that in the water and we'll fry it off in some butter and some oil. All right, do you want to add a bit of paste into there, but only a little bit at a time? There should be some spoons in the pot at the end.
We're putting them in now, yeah?
What we'll do is, as soon as this gets hot, we'll start frying off the sea bass. Right, there should be some flour somewhere. There we go. Right, let's get the sea bass and just dust it in the flour. So you've got those two bits there.
Just need turning down a little bit, or is it all?
Yeah, if you just turn the knob clockwise, that'll turn it. Right, it's gone out, but it doesn't matter. You've probably got enough heat in there for now.
Yeah.
Have you put any paste in yet?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
The pan, yeah?
Yeah, 2 seconds. Right, some coconut milk there. Just add that in a bit at a time until you start to get a nice curry sort of consistency. Right. Right, I'll do your swap. Alright, skin side down first and lay it away from you. So as you're going to put it down,
Yep.
like that, so it's away from you, alright? Right, it's your job, okay? It won't take long to cook because it's only quite a thin fish, alright?
Yep.
Can you pass me one of those spoons at the bottom of that jug, please? Right, I want you to start just putting a bit of butter in there at a time and stirring it. Okay, if it looks like it's going to split or anything like that, just turn the heat down or just take it straight off the heat. Lift it up and when the skins turn brown, we'll turn it over. No, a bit longer. Right, so we'll whack up the heat a bit on there. Have you made sea bass before?
No, we've done other fish before.
Have you?
Yeah.
Salmon and curry.
Like that, pan fried like that?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, we've done pan fried salmon with saffron sauce before.
I find that if you put flour on it, it just stops it sticking so much to the pan. Also gives it a nice crust on the skin as well. Right, how are we doing with that?
Turn the back on.
Right,
Turn it on.
it's okay. There we go. Oh. Alright. How are we doing? You see how it's starting to emulsify and come together? Yeah. We'll turn that down a bit. Right, if you want to put that into there, about half of that into that basket.
Half of
Yeah.
The basket?
Yeah, into the basket, yeah.
Do we add any more of that or just leave it?
No, well, if you want to taste it, some spoons there, so make sure you taste it. If you think it needs more salt and pepper, bang a bit in. Are we in? I can maybe do 2 lots of sea bass because there's enough of that and there's the 2 fish as well. How are we doing? Right, that's getting quite thick now. You can just pull that off and put it on the board.
So what you put with Dan?
We've got what we've got in there.
White wine.
White wine vinegar.
Sugar.
White wine. No sugar. Butter.
Oh, is it white wine vinegar and white wine?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then, do you want to squeeze 2 halves of lemon in there as well?
This is cooked.
How are we doing? You sure? Sure it's cooked?
Do you want to have a look?
Yeah, I'll go with that. Right, we'll turn that off then. Right, if that's that other pan down there, just pop it onto that. There you go. Yeah, just wiping it on. So how's that? Have you tasted it?
Well, tasty, quite tasty.
Quite tasty.
Yeah, you don't need any more salt or anything.
Is it spicy?
No.
No. Is it not? Can you not feel it like there? Huh?
No, I think you shouldn't. I think
What?
that might need some more lettuce.
Yeah? You know, remember, what you taste is what other people taste as well. So, you know, it's just like, don't be afraid. If you get it wrong, you can always start again, can't we? Well, not always, I suppose.
I'll stand a little bit after.
So have you tasted that?
I've never had one before, so I don't know what the like or anything.
Nice.
Quite acidic.
Acidic.
Expect it to taste like that.
It's white wine vinegar, isn't it, really? Okay, should be another wooden spoon somewhere. We used all the wooden spoons. Sorry. Right, can you pass me the salt and pepper? Right, do you want to plate that up into one of those dishes? Okay, make it right in the middle, alright? When you take it out of the pan, drain it, because we don't want all that liquid in the plate either. We just want the vegetables, alright? You happy with that? Yeah? So if you take that over as well, as soon as he's put in that, spoon a little bit into the bottom. Not all of it, we'll keep half of it, but spoon it into the bottom, alright?
Once it's warmed up.
No, it's warm enough as it is. How are we doing with that? Are we happy with it? Yeah? Yeah? Okay.
Let's go for Throne's kitchen.
Yeah, it's alright, put it in. Right, just put some chicken in there. Right, I want you to get one piece of the fish and just lay it straight across the top. Alright. So how are we doing with this? You happy with that? Yeah, you sure? Yeah. It smells quite nice, doesn't it?
You want it skin side up or skin?
Skin side up, definitely skin side up, yeah. Okay, you can turn that off.
Do you need sauce put on top of fish?
No. Well, do you want to do another one up or anything like that? We do it slightly differently. I can do some more vegetables if you want some more vegetables. You can put them to the side, the fish next to it, and then the sauce over the top. Yeah, so you saw how I did it, so if you want to do another one with the vegetables, it's up to you guys. Right, we're going to make some egg fried rice to go with that, so I've got a pan on here now, just getting hot. Right, so who wants to do that? Yeah, you're not done out yet? Okay, so we've got some rice, some soy. Okay. Do you want to taste that while you're waiting, and then we'll knock another one up afterwards?
Can we just take a picture?
Yeah, take a picture, yeah.
Lauren. That's better.
Okay, what are we doing with this? Made egg fried rice before, ever?
Fried rice, yeah.
Have you made egg fried? No, but have you made it?
No.
No, okay.
Egg fried rice?
Yeah. No. Well, first time for everything, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. How much would you charge for that?
You said £8.
£8? Yeah, probably double that, yeah. Sea bass is not a cheap fish, not at all.
Sea bass.
So you're saying £16?
So that's simple for 16 quid.
So we would have to charge that much for what I was saying before, because, you know, these restaurants versus us, the cost is so much different, you know.
I wouldn't mind paying it for that. Looks nice.
It's simple, it'll taste nice.
You guys did it, not me. You know, it was dead easy to do. You know, you made the sauce. Well, we'll come to your curry in a minute. But right, put half that rice into there.
See, a long time ago, you wouldn't even serve fish with skin on. It's only about the last day.
Just be careful as you put it in. Do it away from you, in case it spits up. A bit more. Yeah, it's fully cooked rice, that. Yeah, fine. Just give it a quick stir as quick as you can, if it's going to burn relatively quickly. I'm going to crack an egg in there, and I want you to mix it like you're doing scrambled egg. All right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, just season that up a little bit. We'll put a splash of soy in, right? Right, that'll do. Yeah, happy with that? Yeah. Yeah. Smell it? Does it smell what it's like from the Chinese?
Yeah.
Yeah? Right, I want you to put that in the middle of that bowl. Okay? Just be careful of that spoon, it's just dropped in. What do you think? Yeah, should we make another one? Do you want to make another one?
Yeah, got some more plates game.
No, this one here is alright. Yeah.
You alright?
Oh, sorry. Okay, that'll do.
No, not really.
Right, do you want to put your curry in it? And we'll finish it off with some strands of chilli, red chilli.
What curry's that then?
What did we make? Thai green curry, yeah.
You did Chinese stir-fried chicken curry for his. He had to do a 5-course meal at school
Wow.
on Wednesday.
I shouldn't have bothered turning up today, should I? Should have left it to you.
We tried it first at home.
All right, okay.
Because he did the first course, which he did like him and his dad did it. It was, you know, like you have a breakfast. It was like breakfast patty.
Right.
Right. And then he had to do. Then he did French onion stew. Then he did that curry thing, and then he did chocolate brownies. But because it was 5 courses, and out of the 5 courses he only did 4. But he did 5. She's only maxed him up for 4 courses because he didn't cook the last course himself.
Could have just given him tea and coffee.
He took cheese and biscuits in and a cup of coffee. And she said, oh, because you didn't do it yourself, I can't give you the 5th course.
Oh, well. Okay, what do you think? Yeah? Are we going to tuck in then?
But he got till maxed off with the courses.
Oh, well, you can always have another crack. You taking pictures, or are you...
He's gone.
Right, do you want to do another sea bass one up? Yeah? Well, you've still got the fish, but you've still got more sauce and we've got more spaghetti, so it's up to you guys, really. Yeah? Crack on, you saw how I did it, so...
He's gone.
A bit more, you might as well put it all in, to be honest.
Is that how your presentation goes on Wednesday?
It's like vultures, isn't it?
Oh, that's nice, that.
Look at that.
Oh, it is. What rice is that then?
Just normal long grain rice, and we just egg fried it up. What you could do this time, if you want, is when we do the spaghetti in the pan, let's use the ingredients that are left over and do something a bit different. So we've got some chilli strands here, so we could chuck some chilli in with the vegetables.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we're frying it off to give it a bit of bit of spice to it. Okay. Or we can add some chilies to the sauce. We've still got a bit of onion left here, so we could put that back into the sauce and make it quite chunky if you like. Okay?
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
He'll do that.
Which one? Yeah? I love it when I come up with all the ideas and everybody else just nods at me. Alright.
I like that.
Let's go choose a plate.
Oh, sorry.
Let's go choose a plate.
Yeah, if you want, yeah. Do you know where they are?
The back, can you?
Did you taste it? You got it with some rice. What do you think? Yeah? You've made it now. There's no excuses. Oh, we're serving it on that. Cool. Right, just let that get hot, and then we'll put that in. Okay, do you want to do the chilli in it or not? Yeah? Yeah?
How much would you charge that? Sell that for?
Oh, £12, £13.
13 quid.
Yeah.
Dice of chili.
Do you want to chop it up a bit? Yeah, you can chop it up a bit if you want. But just be careful, it's gonna burn very quickly if you do that.
Well, we could just finish it with
Yeah? No, yeah. Of course you can.
just nice chop piece of fish out stuff. That sauce.
Sea bass.
You can see how it costs a lot to vary.
Sea bass is expensive.
12, 13.
Chicken is not expensive, you know.
Hot.
Yeah? Okay. Let that drain off for a second, if it'll stand up somewhere. And then just pop it in a second. Right, do you want to pop it in now? There's a wooden spoon there. Did I bring that back through with me?
No.
Sorry. Okay, just give that a quick stir.
The wicked vegetables as well. I like them better like that. Yeah, when they're sliced up real thin as well.
Yeah, just so easy to eat, aren't they? You know what I mean? So quick as well.
Buy fresh sea bass.
Yeah. Right, you ready for the chilli? Do you want to bang that in now? Right, who's plating this one up? It was your idea to get that plate, wasn't it? Yeah? Right then, that's ready if you want to take the pan off him. Take it to the front and we'll plate it up there.
Turning this off.
Yeah. Stuff you don't see behind closed doors when everybody's got their fingers in it then. Yeah. Your immaculately presented meal comes out, but you don't know what happens behind closed doors, do you?
We do know.
Tell me you've never done it. Right, what's next then?
Salmon.
Sea bass. Yeah?
It's cooking the salmon anyway. Yeah.
Right, just be careful. Got a fish slice. And then we'll finish that with the sauce. Just be careful. Do you want a spoon? You got one? Arty. Yeah? Cool. We're tasting this one? Yeah? Have you got enough knives and forks? Do you want to get round and have a taste? It's alright, you guys go and get a taste. I'll get rid of these.
I'll get some knives and forks. Get in there. I was going to say thanks, Dan, but you've done it all, haven't you?
That's the best way. Micromanagement, I think it's called.
See how simple it is? That's what it's all about. It's about simple food.
When you go to
waste.
When you go to 1884, your pipe and glass, everything is just so particular. Do you know what I mean? Carrot's got to be in there. The swirl's got to be here. There's some sort of, sauce drags across the plate. The meat's got to be so. It's got to be, there might be game crisps or something like that. Something stuck in it. And the desserts, it might make some caramel or something like that. And it's just stuck in it. Everything's got to be so. But we've just made two sea bass dishes using the same ingredients, but sort of two slightly different ways. If you get my drift. And the curry, doesn't matter how you serve that. We can serve that with noodles or anything like that. But the customers at the Holiday Inn want food that's that kind of comfort food that they can eat very quickly.
Everybody likes curry. Well, most people like curry, don't they? You can make money from it, and that's what it's all about, is money. When you lot go to be head chefs, you've got to make money. If you don't make money, you'll be out of a job.
What hours do you do then?
It varies. It varies to the time of year. When we're kicking with the wedding season, you can be talking 60, 70 hours a
I
week.
imagine, because I know you do weddings over there.
Yeah.
How come you're leaving then?
I'm actually off to fulfil a role as a development chef. So yeah, that should be exciting. Taking all the skills I've learned over the years and go into a slightly different part of the industry, but yeah, being a development
Taking
chef.
a different route then.
Yeah, so I'm not really in the kitchen all day every day. I'm going to be out meeting customers and clients and sort of developing the same dish maybe for over like a month period, 2 month period. But then working a year in advance, so you need to know about trends and things like that. But trends are very important in a restaurant anyway. You know, what you're doing now, somebody has designed somewhere. You know, pulled pork was very much the trend till very recently. You can't go anywhere now without pulled pork being on the menu, but eventually it would die its death and something else would take its place. So you've got to be thinking about those trends as well. What's going to be popular? You know, somebody's writing these menus somewhere. Where are they getting these ideas from? You know, they might take a classic from 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years ago and rework it into something different. Who would have thought that, you know, chili would have gone with sea bass? Would you have done that? Or would it have, years ago, would it have been quite a heavy white sauce, like a bechamel, new potatoes, something like that? Who would have thought of doing something like that? No.
You're so lucky nowadays going into this industry. When Dan trained, and probably when I trained, there was one way of doing it, and that's how it got done.
That was kind of the chef's way.
Yeah.
I always say now there's probably 200 different ways to do beans on toast, isn't there, if you think about it. The bread you use, could you make the beans yourself? What beans are you putting in? What sauce are you going to put in? Whose recipe is it? And that's just beans on toast. Take your bog simple like pot noodle. If you recreated that in the kitchen or here at the college, you could make a fancy pot noodle. You could put it in a glass jar, couldn't you? Sell it to people, make your own sort of stock. Put your own sort of noodles in, your fresh noodles that you've just made. Chicken in there, fresh mushrooms, shiitake mushrooms. You know, and so on and so on.
So you are lucky. There's no boundaries now, where at one time there were strict boundaries that you never crossed. There was one way of doing something, and that's what you had to do. There was none of this. Bit of flair, bit of individuality, and it was all thick, heavy sauces. Now it's about being light. It's about making it healthy as well. People are more bothered about healthy food as well. Even though you had salt.
Everywhere there's
And
salt.
I do, yeah.
I've got a relative, and she likes salt. Every time she has a bite of something, salt, then salt.
You have to be careful because a lot of your stocks, if you're using stocks in things, so much salt in them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's where your flavours, that's where your cheap flavours coming from, salt. If you want to inject flavour, it's salt.
Just shows you, I mean, you've been trained, you know, you're upstairs, restaurant orientated, hotel orientated, where Dan's gone off on chef development. There's thousands and hundreds of jobs out there for you, different variations. You might, I don't know, you might be into nutrition, you know, think about being a nutritionist, you know, hotel. There's restaurants.
Football teams,
nutritionists, rugby teams, nutritionists, cricketers. You look at the cricketers, most of them, even the rugby and football team have their own chefs that they take with them. They don't just eat the hotel food, they'll have somebody that is working there with the hotel staff. So it's all there, it's all accounted for.
That's where your money is.
Yeah.
Personal chef.
Well, yeah, personal chef in London. You cry out from down there. There's one thing, in food, you should never be out of a job. If you're half decent, should they?
people always think you need to eat, don't you, to live?
That's it, that's what Miss said. You always want chef.
No, it's hard work, but it's enjoyable.
I'm still alive.
Yeah, it is hard work, but it is an enjoyable career to go into. It has
My mum
lots.
was in the catering stuff.
Yeah.
She used to work on school meals and what have you.
Even
Then
school
she became
meals.
a
You look at school
supervisor.
meals now, how school meals has changed.
Changed a lot, yeah.
It's all going back now, where they're actually going to be cooking fresh food within the kitchens in schools, where before it wasn't. It was all about mass produce, make it as cheap as possible, going from one central kitchen. Now they've realised it's cheaper to do it in-house. Everything's getting cooked fresh. Some of the schools, I mean, I know around Harrogate area and York area, their pupils are actually starting to eat. They're saying they're seeing numbers increase by 30, 40, 50% from what kids used to eat years ago. That's the way it's going again. And it's good money, and it's good holidays. So it's another career to have. And there's nothing wrong with working in school meals, nothing at all. Or even hospital food as well. That's changing round again. That's going back into in-house in a lot of places, where again they all contracted it out, and it's coming back because people want decent whole food. So there's a lot of careers to choose about, to choose from really. was going to say, I wish I was 30 or 40 years younger, but no, I don't. I'm going into this industry again. But the opportunities are there for you. It's not like it used to be years ago, is it?
It's different now. There's the choice that you mean, whatever you do, just remember to just like look around, see what everybody else is doing. There's nothing wrong with copying somebody else, but try and do something slightly different, you know what I mean? I just came out with that the other day. I just thought about, what can I do today? What can I show you that I know that's dead simple and really... I mean, both these dishes really are just a 3-stage operation. Do you know what I mean? It's nothing complicated about it. And that's how it is in the hotel industry. It's got to be, the customer just wants to come in, wants to eat, probably go to bed or do a bit more work. Your pipe and glasses, your 1885, so you go there because you're going for a meal, you're going there for an occasion, and that's where it differs. And think about what you want to do when you leave college and so on and so on, or where you want to work, what industry you want to go into, whatever you want to do.
You've got one of the best resources available to you, and that is World Wide Web. You can go on there and you can research anywhere around the world what the food is, can't you? You can snoop on what everybody else is doing, and that's how I do. I do that all the time. Every weekend I'm on seeing what everyone's doing around here, seeing what the menus are, what's in vogue, what people are starting to use, your seasons. It's there. You just have to sit in your little room and it's there for you. Years ago, there was none of that. You had to get on your bike or go and get in your car.
Yellow pages.
Yeah, yellow pages. There was none of this. Technology has taken over, and it'll just take over even more. And you lot are into the technology, aren't you? I'm not.
That's it, everything's on technology now, it's on internet.
Yeah, it is. Everything. Thanks, Dan, anyway. Thank you very
welcome.
much.
I hope you enjoyed it, yeah.
Any questions to ask Dan?
No,
Sure.
can I ask them more about that?
Yeah, help yourself. Needs more salt, though.
Yeah, have you got any jobs coming up?
I have, yeah, but only the one though, and you know, let's see how you fare up against everybody else. Have you got, put something together, like a CV or something like that. You know, get it to me at the hotel.
Got one?
Yeah, I've got one.
Yeah.
I've got one at home on computer.
Get it to me at the hotel, and I'll have a look.
You're not old enough.
Go for it.